If you're a Costa Rica expat wannabe and you are dreaming about moving to Costa Rica, I have a very important advice for you that I will share, really advising you to stop doing something really specific to make your move to Costa Rica the best move possible. And what it is, you will find out in my video. But first, a little bit about myself and why am I putting up these videos anyway. So welcome back, Muriel here. I'm so happy that you decided to watch my full video to hear my unconventional advice. And it sounds really ridiculous if you also know that I made over 620 videos about Costa Rica and everything I've learned after my move. I started to put up videos because a lot of people ask me questions about how I did things, from how I found my property to how I decided where to live, about schools in Costa Rica, all those things. But I was already using video in my online business. You have been able to learn that I, thanks to Dirk and my online business, were able to move to Costa Rica. I might give you the suggestion that you can only create a great move to Costa Rica if you follow other people's advice. And this is my advice for you. I recommend you to follow your own heart and your own exploration of doing checkout vacations in Costa Rica when you're dreaming about moving to Costa Rica, primarily. And secondary, ask some advice from others, but do not create the whole move to Costa Rica based on other people's experiences. I think you can go so wrong with that. Why I believe that's something that you should take serious for yourself is because looking back when we were dreaming about moving to Costa Rica, let me just share a quick story about how that went and what advice I took from others. That is actually none. There was no one I could follow on YouTube creating videos like mine. That's in the first place why I started my channel, to follow. I explored myself and I followed my gut and my heart and my common sense. Of course, my online business helped, so the financial part was covered. And for those interested in that, just literally go down to the description below, learn what it is that I do and teach. But that's not what this video is about. In 2017, Dirk and I went on vacation with our 2 young children and Dirk's mom, my sweet mother-in-law, to Costa Rica for the very first time. It was in Dominical. And really from the moment number 1 that we set foot on Costa Rica land from the plane, we fell in love with the country. Knowing how the world looks like for a big part, we have traveled for over 30 countries before we started our family, and also when having a family, we did some travels and faraway vacations. We knew right away, wow, there's something special with Costa Rica. And even after we had a 3 weeks vacation there, after the first week in Costa Rica, we decided together, walking hand in hand over the beach under the stars and the beautiful ocean in Dominical, we will be moving to Costa Rica. Back then, our daughter was 13 and our son was 7. No, our son was 6 or 5, 6 years old. We decided that. Was that the moment where we started to hook up with people who were already living in Costa Rica and ask them tons of questions? No. What did we do? We started in that vacation already to explore places and literally had conversations with people in certain places who were working there. I was not messaging up strangers on Messenger asking them for advice. And this is one of the things that I want to warn you about. If you're going to ask people, I heard from other people who live here close by my house that they live here since more or less the same year as we do. They receive messages on a daily basis asking tons of questions about how she has done things with her husband. And I'm like, well, if you message me, I will be happy to refer you to my Ask My Question call about Costa Rica. I have set up a page for that. This is part of my business. You know, I decided, okay, this is part of my entrepreneur business online. If you have questions about Costa Rica besides all my videos, you can book a call. You have to pay for that. And I make all the time available in the world 45 minutes to answer all your questions, which you can supply ahead of time for the call. And a lot of people thank me for that. But don't expect random strangers to give you advice. And also, why do I think that you should not follow random strangers' advice in the first place? Because I didn't do it before I moved to Costa Rica. I literally spoke with people I met in shops, I met in restaurants, I met, I don't know, at the ocean side with other kids. And I just asked them, hey, where do you kids go to school? Okay, thanks for the tip. You know, like that. People around me in Costa Rica. After we came home from that decision-making vacation, immediately we planned a checkout orientation vacation to Costa Rica again. And in that same year, the first time we were in Costa Rica 2017 was April. And in August, we went back for a month to really, with a purpose, go check out more places, to orientate ourselves where to plant our flags. So we created our own experiences and allowed our hearts to decide what is best for us. Now, what is wrong with following other people's advice? Actually, it's not really wrong, but you're going to probably miss out your own gut feeling and connections. And because I am a total different person than you are, and people you hook up with are total different people than you are. So it's better, I believe, to just prepare your own move to Costa Rica as an expat in Costa Rica based on your own experiences, your own family needs, your own family wants. And I'm not saying that my advices are not handy for you, but don't primarily lean on them. Go for your own experience. What I feel about the schools here can be totally different feeling for you, because my values about certain things might be completely different than yours. Values I don't share in videos. So don't lean too much on other people's experiences to lean on when making the decision where to live, which schools to choose for your kids, which house to live in. And I am not saying that the relocation companies out there are doing bad work, but I'm saying I know that it gives like a feeling of a safety net. But I did it well. I always found houses. It's not necessary to have how do you say that? To literally have someone else create your move plan. It has become a business product right now. I'm not saying it's wrong, but how about just creating it yourself? Explore and choose with your gut feeling what is best for you, and trust the universe that if you, of course, use common sense and you have brought money in your back pocket, you cannot really go wrong. Yes, I lived in the house, the first house, that was far from ideal, but I was at the spot. I was in Santa Teresa, and within 2 weeks, I found a new house just by asking around, being at the spot. So don't Don't underestimate your own capacities to create your design of life in Costa Rica, and don't lean too much on other people's experiences. I think you really limit yourself that way. Truly. So if you follow my videos, watch them, make notes, and still explore for yourself what the other options are about. That's really my advice. Stop leaning too much on others. You're not a sheep. I'm very unconventional about that. And also my way of moving, again, I didn't have people to follow. I didn't have mapped out everything. I arranged everything myself. The house, I made a connection in that orientation vacation. I met someone and I kept communicating with that person, and that created my very first home to enter in Costa Rica right after we left everything. But I arranged it all myself, and I still believe that's the best way. Because I hear a lot of disappointed people who had like this mapped out, arranged move to Costa Rica, and lots of things were not, they were okay. So this is not bad talk about people who have relocation businesses, but core values are often not shared. So, you know, you can end up in a school where your core values are not aligned with the core values of the school, because that's not promoted on the website of the school. The house looked really, really beautiful on images and stuff, but it was not shown. There was massive construction around. You want to see that at the spot. Those are just two examples. Also, I believe that Costa Rica has 11 microclimates. What is best for you? You have to feel it. You have to sense it. Go up to Monteverde, up in the mountains, and explore how you feel in the cold at night. Come to Santa Teresa area. Although it's super hectic, come and feel how the big heat of Costa Rica. It's the hottest part of Costa Rica, more or less. How it is in April, May, if you love the heat. Or just go and travel around. Give yourself a month time, 4 weeks, to explore and go as much as you can to certain spots in Costa Rica. Stay there, speak with people there, and do not hit up random strangers and ask them for their advice. Also, it can be very intruding their privacy. Like that person I know here, she said, I just stopped answering people who randomly hooked me up. I don't know how they found me, but I just found me on Facebook, seeing I live in Costa Rica. And random strangers are really asking my time, asking me 20 questions about how you did XYZ. Now, follow my videos if you want to hear certain things. 2, you can book a call with me and ask me a dozen of questions, and I will answer them, but you have to pay me for it. It's my service. Why should I give 24/7 of my time to people? You know, I have a life to live here as well. But most people understand that, truly. It's no one who is replying, do I need to pay for your answers? Well, I invest a lot of time in creating my video, sharing my experiences, and you can look up specific topics covering about building houses, about beaches, about schools in Costa Rica, pros and cons, cost of living, those hot topics. I made several videos about it, how to make money in Costa Rica. I have all playlists created. But still, my biggest advice is stop following other people's advice in moving to Costa Rica. And if you still want to follow other people's advice, consider to order my book, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica. It's less than $10. And I share all the steps that I've taken. But I will say it honestly from the heart, it might not be your way. It might not be the best for you. It was the best for me. And remember, I didn't have a Muriel to follow on YouTube or others to hook up with on Facebook who moved to Costa Rica, because back then it were way less people. Costa Rica is very popular for a lot of reasons I will not dive in about, but in the transition of the world, Costa Rica has been very, very good for people from other countries. And for expats, it's a very positive country for expats because of all the freedom expats have, like being able to buy property, vehicles and stuff. And it's just a beautiful country. But follow your own gut. Create your own specific, authentic move that's best for your family, for your situation. Don't pin your move on other people's experiences too much, and don't strive to map out everything into detail before you move to Costa Rica, because truly everything that I planned myself happened completely the opposite. Example, I didn't even plan to buy a property, guys. I decided I'm not gonna buy property in a strange Latin American country. Within 8 months, I bought my property. I could not have planned that. I'm just saying things can really unfold way better if you stop planning everything ahead. And that's my biggest advice for you. I hope that you can benefit. And of course, leave your comments below. There you also see the link to my ebook, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica. You can share your experiences and your feelings about this unconventional tip. Stop following other people about how to move to Costa Rica. You should create yours. And also I love to hear your positive feedback and just ideas for next videos. And I'm looking forward to meeting you one day. Actually, today I'm meeting 2 awesome of my previous students in my coaching program, Be the Master. They moved from Canada to Costa Rica. Under the Sun Ventures is their YouTube channel, and they are staying in my Airbnb today. I'm going to meet them. My vision for Costa Rica Expats is big. I'm creating a community of Costa Rica expats and lovers, also teaching them how to build a business online. And I have my own reasons for being here, and please follow your own reasons and don't do things that don't feel good. Perhaps Costa Rica is nothing for you. My pinned video on the channel is called, for a reason, Don't Move to Costa Rica, because Costa Rica is not for everyone. So yeah, with that being said, that was the message of today. Looking forward to hearing from you, and see you on my next videos. Bye for now.